So if you get good at consulting and this partnership setup process, you will eventually hear these words from a prospect. But your fees are so high. And that single sentence could mean a whole lot of things. First, it could mean that your fees are actually too high. Perhaps you've not included enough value in your options that warrants the fees that you're asking for. Thus, you're missing out on that essential price-value criteria. This objection is legitimate and should be addressed. Second, it could also mean that they perceive your fees as too high, given that all they really did want was a pair of hands. I had this one client who I will call Keith, who's dead set that he knew way more about organization development than I did, and that he only wanted me to deliver a training program for a very low fee. And his comment to me was, well, I guess we're going to have to break the bank to work with Betsy. And then I did one of the biggest mistakes in my career. See, I was referred to Keith via another highly valued client, and against my better judgment, I lowered my fees. And Keith turned out to be one of the worst client experiences because I had allowed myself to lose my strategic positioning as a peer-to-peer partner. Lesson learned: a bad prospect is a bad client and not worth it. Third, it could mean that they are getting a little cold feet about doing the work. As consultants, remember, we are change agents, and we frame up a client's issues and challenges and put it on a piece of paper. Our clients are forced to count the cost. Do they really want change? Period. And again, do they want to expose their dirty laundry to you, an outsider? In this case, your first line of defense is to focus the conversation on the business case that was established in the initial partnership setup conversations. You have already quantified the impact of the business performance gaps and the potential return on investment for closing that gap. So don't spend all of your energy on selling yourself. Sell the benefits of the project first. Remind your clients of the value that they will gain by virtue of investing in the project on the whole. So I once had this client who was getting cold feet on an employee engagement project. So to get him over the hump, this is what we did. We did the math. We looked at what costs could be avoided through reducing turnover and what revenue could be gained through improving performance. Once that's established, you can then sell the benefits of leveraging your expertise by, again, going back to the value that they already told you that they wanted to gain from your involvement, such as reduced false starts, improved cycle time, and enhanced quality. A little cold feet is normal and legitimate, and your reminder of the return on investment should overcome that concern about money. And when that doesn't work, you are probably dealing with resistance. It's not that the client doesn't see the benefits for the organization, but they are seeing in your proposal the implications that they themselves may need to change and they personally may not be ready. And this happens far more often than we realize because we don't recognize the signs. Because clients don't tell us directly, hey, listen, this is great, but now that I think about this change, I'm feeling awfully vulnerable, and I don't know if I have what it takes to lead this organization once it's changed. So instead they say, your fees are too high. So there are techniques I will be sharing with you in future Consultants Institute courses and resources to help you address resistance. But for now, it's just important to simply recognize it when it shows up. Join me in the next video where we will go over what every consultant needs to ask for.